My crafty friends, how are you doing today? This is Sheree, and welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I've been working on these little chunky miniature journals made from Beatrix Potter board books, and yesterday we worked on the covers. Ran out of time. I wanted to do more in that video, but what I did took a lot longer than I thought. So after the video, I went ahead and finished up the covers, and I finished up the pages, and so I'm going to show you how they turned out. They're not done, but I'm just going to show you how the covers are looking so far, and I'll show you the pages in one of them because they're all similar. But here's this one, yellow with the orange fabric on the spine. This one also has the orange fabric. You can see the little flowers. That one had a butterfly up here. This one has a little flower. I only had one of those little orange butterflies, so only one to match. But this one has a cute little orange flower on it, as well as this one. Here's the back. You can see the name of the story on each one there. And then the two with the pink and green fabric. You can see there's a flower. You see the little trims. And I have one thing poking out of the top so far, the little doily on each one. But yeah, I like how the covers. I really love how the covers turned out with the trims. You can see the trims here, and we did the trims on the video and on the inside and outside, and then ran out of time to do the flowers and the closure. So you can see all the closures have little eyelets, and so yeah. So far, so good. I got all the pages cut and put in. So let me show you let me show you the pages that I did, because I did a lot of fun pages, and even though these are smaller, it doesn't take less time, you know what I mean? You still got to do all the things you do with like a giant journal. They're just everything smaller, right? Even sewing in the signatures, I did a 3 pamphlet stitch. So let me just show you the pages, because it reminds me of a bigger journal, but it's just a smaller version, right? So here's the trims that we put in on the trims. Yesterday we decided to put them on the inside and outside. So sometimes I don't put them on the inside, but I wanted to really do it up with these little chunky cutie pies. So as I usually do, the cover of each journal, of each signature, is covered with a piece of cardstock. And then what I did first was I had my new scrapbook paper here that I wanted to use, so I used some of that and started cutting that. But then I went to my my plan was to go to my scrap box, but I found in my craft room here some pages like this one right here that I had cut for a previous miniature journal, but they were extra. So I just kept them, and I was like, oh, these, I found them. I thought, oh, these might fit in here. So I went through them and found the ones. There's quite a few more, but I didn't use all of them. I just took out the ones I thought would go with these journals. So let me show you. And then I went to my scrap box and pulled out all the little, 3-inch, whatever this is. Let me actually tell you the size real quick, but 3 or 4-inch strips or pieces of scrapbook paper, and anything that was in there, any kind of paper that was in there that I could use in these journals. So that was a good little, besides getting to use some of my new stuff and the paper that I found in my already cut in my craft room here, it was a good scrap buster project also, because I was able to use most of the little scraps, 3 or so inches that fit in here. So it is actually 3.5 inches wide. All of these are the same size by 3.5 inches. So they're little squares. Getting ready to try to sneeze here. So yeah. So let's just do a little. Let me just show you the types of papers I have in here so far. And today what we're going to do is add some trims, and it's probably going to take some time, and a few things that I have just kind of landed on my desk here, and I'll show you what those are. Fun little things that I kept either from cut-offs or that I found as I was, crafting yesterday, working on these journals. So you got the cardstock cover of the signature. This is a little, I had several of these little coffee dyed strips in my in my scraps, and took them all out and cut them down to size. And just what I did first was just figure out how many papers I needed and cut them all. You know what I mean? I cut them all, and then I arranged them into each of the signatures. But this is a little, and some of them, like this wasn't in my scrap box. This little yellow piece, I just wanted some, pretty colored plain paper, solid color. This wasn't in my scrap box. A little pretty little lined paper piece, graph paper, that wasn't in there. So, I took what was in my scrap box and added to it. You get the picture. So yeah, graph paper. I put a little vintage card in each one. So this is a little vintage, I want to use tiny little vintage, pretty little vintage cards, cute little vintage cards in each one. And so some of them are like folded like this one, how some of the vintage cards, the older cards, they used to fold like that. A couple of them are like that, so you can cut off the top little fold and have 2 pages, or you could put glue here and have a pocket. I'm going to leave that open as an option for whoever gets these. I was outside earlier, so I'm trying not to take an allergy pill. But the pollen's not too bad today, but I did stir it up by doing a little bit of yard work out there. Okay, music paper. This is some more coffee dye paper I had, a different size. And this is cardstock too. The other one was paper. This is some shelf paper in green. Oh, this is an envelope, right? Yeah, this is my envelope. So I put one of these green kind of, I guess this size is called a bank envelope. So what I did, there was a flap, they're long, narrow, and they have a flap up here. I glued the flap down. It's right here. I glued the flap down and cut off the top fold and put it in here as a page. And then put a little, thumb notch here. And so you have a top loading pocket there on that side. And, I did do some flip outs. Here's the center. This is one of the papers I already had cut that I found. Cute little paper with kitty cats on it. And you can see the pink string I used here. So back half, let's see. I'll just show you that pocket. Here's the pocket from that envelope. It has a little thumb notch here. And so that'll be top loading, like I said. And then all those same papers. Let's see if there's anything else I need to show you. Here's the back half of that vintage card. Most of them have writing on it, and I did not cover it up. So if you, whoever gets these in the end can do what they want with that. Maybe you like to see, the good handwriting and the names and what was written. Maybe that's something that, you get a kick out of, or if you don't, then you can always cover it up, or maybe you just want to read the sentiment, cover that up. But again, you have that little place there that can be done something with, and then the rest of that all the rest of these fun papers. I did put in each signature, a first signature, I took some scraps. Let me show you my scraps. So yeah, first signature, and here's my scraps. Here's all the scraps I have from making these journals so far. I did have a lot this size, this little strip, and so what I did was I took them and glued them down onto some cardstock and made some belly bands. So here's one of them. I sewed them into the first signature here. So each first signature on the last page like this has a little belly band like that. I thought that would be so cute to tuck something in there. And then the second signature here. So we start again with cardstock, some coffee. I really wanted to use up some of that coffee dye paper. There's quite a bit in my scraps. So there's another little piece there. Some pretty blue. And then this is like the same type of lined paper, pretty lined paper that I put in the first one. Again with the coffee dyed cardstock, music, graph. I put a doily in each of the second signature. So it's a little, my smallest doily that I have, pre-made doily. So it's a little 4-inch doily. And let's see, this is the envelope in this one. Oh no, I put this is the same book. So in each second signature, I had these little paper bags like this, just fit in here perfectly. So like this end, I cut off on all of them. I cut off the end, and so you can put something in. You just got to get to the right section here. So there's, you can tuck something in there, but I left the bottom on so that it could be a tuck spot right here. So I might put a little glue here myself. I haven't done it yet, but put a little glue there so that's a little tuck spot. Or it might be able to be a tuck. I wonder if something would stick in there. Let me see what I have here without the glue. Let's see if I tuck something in there. Will it? Oh, it will kind of stick. Okay. Maybe I won't glue it, and then the person that gets it can have the option if they want to add glue there. So center of this signature, the other side of the paper bag, and same papers, and the back. And then I used that same, when I was making the belly bands, I put one back here too with the scraps. I thought they turned out so cute when I was sewing them in. I was like, oh my goodness, that is so adorable with the little, this one's a horizontal belly band, the other one's vertical. So that's how they're all looking at the moment. I mean, I could stuff it full of ephemera and call it done at this point, but I want to put in some trims and tabs. So maybe we'll, and then if I saw something that I wanted to put in here, as I didn't do that too much, but I did see these, I found these little tags. I didn't realize I still had any of these blue tags, and I was like going through one of my baskets of supplies. I was like, oh, I still have some of these. These are perfect size for these journals. So I pulled out one for each. That's all I had left, I think, was 4. So I pulled them out so I could put one in each journal. And the other thing is from the belly bands, they were all, it was, I just pulled out a piece of cardstock that was, not 8.5 by 11 even. It was like a scrap of cardstock. And then I lined up those strips, glued those strips on and then cut them into the size I need for a belly band. But as I did each one, I ended up with these 4 little cutoffs. See how they have different, this is the back, it's white cardstock. But see how they have the different little pieces of paper on them? So anyway, these were the cutoffs, and I thought these would be the cutest little tabs. So we're going to put one of these in each one. We'll do that real quick right now. And then we'll work on, because sometimes it's like you do your trims, and then you're like, oh, where am I going to put a tab now? I put trims everywhere type of thing. So, and I want to put some more tabs in here, or at least, 1 or 2 more. But let's put this one in. Maybe we'll put this one in the first signature and then the other one in the second signature, and then we'll do the trims. But I don't have the other tab out here that I want to use right now because today I wanted to do trims. Let's see. So, I mean, it could go anywhere. Let's see. It's almost like I want to do tabs first? These tabs first, or do I want to do trims? But I got plenty of places to put trims. So let's do it on this graph paper, this ledger paper right here. Maybe we'll put the first one right here. I like it like that. You can staple a little tab like this on. Like I have pollen in my throat. Even though, see, I think I brushed my teeth after I went outside this morning. Funny. But anyway, and I've been drinking things, so it's all in my head, I'm sure. So anyway, I'm going to glue this, but usually I glue them down with Fabri-Tac. And, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because it's just going to dry very quickly, but try not to use too much. So we'll just put one of these in each journal, and then we'll start working on the trims. And I have several trims out here. I don't know if I can use them all, but we're going to try and see what we can use. And I have some ruffles too, so these are going to be like chunky little, very kind of have all kind of little fun things sticking out too, with the trims and everything and tabs and things. So, and then also the ephemera. Okay, that's perfect. Now let me leave that open, let that dry. Let's put one in here. We'll put one of these in each of these first signatures, and then the other tab that I plan on using, that I said I didn't get out yet. I will put that in. I'll put that in later. Let's put it. Let's do the same thing. Put it on. Put one on this ledger paper. Oops. Oh, and I had an itch on my nose, and I picked up my glass and they fell off. Okay. So I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm doing well. Getting my work done today. I'm at home today. It's the weekend, and I went out and did some more leaf blowing this morning until the battery ran out on the leaf blower. It's my son, so I don't know where he keeps the charger for the battery, so I have to have him. Let me see, that's a little sticking out a little bit. I mean, I don't mind it sticking out a little bit. Like I said, I want stuff sticking out of here. But that looks good there. And so, yeah, I have to have him charge that up for me again. Let me borrow it because I have some little bit more leaves I want to take, manage. And what else did I do today? I put a tablecloth on my, I like to put it, we have a picnic table on our back deck. And I like to, when it's nice, spring and summer, after the pollen is pretty much gone, or not too much of it, I can, I put a pretty tablecloth on my picnic table because the back deck is covered, so don't have to worry about getting rained on. And if it does get dirty or whatever, I can throw it in let's see which one I want to put it on in here. I can put it in the throw it in the washer, and, I have a few different tablecloths like that I've actually gotten at thrift stores that I will circulate throughout the spring and summer out there. So fun and pretty when you look out your back window and see pretty tablecloth on your, let's see, I can't decide. Let's put it, I kind of want to put it on here, but there's a lot of decoration on this. Let's do it on the graph paper in this one because there's no ledger paper in this signature. Okay, so we'll put it right there. And so, yeah, I did that leaf blowing this morning. I put away my Easter stuff, except I put it all away, and I came back, and I was like, oh, I forgot my Easter tree. So I still have to put away my Easter tree. And then, what else did I do this morning as far as what I had to do today? No, it makes me feel good that I get these things done, because it's like, I don't write it down or anything. I just make a little list in my head for myself. Like, I want to get these 3 things done today. And, like on the weekend, each day, have certain things I want to get done Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah, leaf blowing. Oh, I wanted to move. I have tomato plants in 2 big pots out in the back on part of our deck. And one is, gets more sun than the other right now, or it was. And I was like, it's like gotten twice as big as the other one since I brought it home. So I was like, and the other one wasn't getting as much. It was getting sun, but not as much as the one that's bigger. So I was like, well, let me move this to where it gets more sun. So that was another thing I wanted to do, which I already did today. So yeah, I got that done. And was that it? It was like 3 or 4 things. Killing weeds. Yeah, I've been killing weeds a little bit each week, like, because I have a big driveway, and that's where the weeds are. I don't want, it's a rock driveway. I live out in the country. I've mentioned it before. We have a rock driveway, and I don't like weeds growing in my rock driveway. So, I mean, it really does look nice if there's not weeds. So, but the weeds can really grow there. So, I just have been doing some spraying each week of the weeds, and they are pretty much under control, but they keep growing throughout the spring and summer. So, all right, so that's all the tabs. I'm going to need this for the trims too. But anyway, I got all that done, so I feel pretty good. I just got to take my Easter tree out there that I forgot. But, yeah. Oh, I cleaned off the last thing. There was one more thing. I cleaned off my table. We have a little table with some chairs on the front porch. And it's a glass table, and it was just, I haven't cleaned it off because I've been waiting for the pollen to subside or stop or whatever. So, like I said, the pollen seems to be subsiding, so I went out and cleaned it off real nice. So it's all, because it's like getting embarrassing. I was like, to me, it's embarrassing anyway. Like people are delivering things, and they're like, man, they just have pollen all over their table. So anyway, I cleaned off my table. Let's start with this one on the trims. So that's all nice and clean now. So yeah, looking better out there outside. Got my garden going, everything's planted. Now I have plants and flowers in all my pots. So yeah, just have to watch my vegetables grow and my flowers hopefully bloom, and keep the weeds under control. All right, let's see. This one is, it's got this peachy cover with this orange fabric, but the colors, like I said, I use a lot of my scraps and things, so the colors are eclectic. So I have several, and I have orange rickrack. And so maybe I'll start with, well, I don't want to start with that. I want to start with the ruffle. So the ruffle I pulled out for this one is, I have this ruffle, which goes with the pages. Let me see how it looks with the cover, if it's sticking out. I mean, it looks pretty no matter what. See that? If I use that one. And then I have, let me show you the other one. That one. Let me actually show you my drawer. I think I showed it to you before. Here's my drawer of ruffles, and there's some pieces in here, strips too, of this. This is plain, like almost like muslin or something like that. Little white strips. There's a few of those in here, or a couple. And then this is just some strips also with like sequins on it. But the rest of these, this was a trim that I made into a ruffle, but this one has a peachy color in it. So I might do this one, or this one is, let's see, which one do I have there? This one's yellow and green too, right here. It's a yellow and green ruffle. It's getting attached to, wait, let me move my journal here. This is attached to that one. I've got strings on the ends, there we go. So this one's yellow and green. This one could go to, or this one. It's lighter, but this is made from an old sheet. A vintage sheet. You can see the little flowers on it. And then a lot of these are made from most of these are made from old vintage sheets. Let me see if there's anything different from that that has yellow and green or peach or anything like that on it. Well, here's a yellow down here. This one's pretty. This one's really yellow. More yellow with like golden little roses there. That's a pretty one. Let me pull that one out. And I think that is it for like yellow and green. I mean, really, any of these could be. Here's one with pretty roses. This was a sheet. If you can, I'm sure you can imagine. I'm sure you've seen this. You've probably seen this sheet before with the green leaves and the rosy pink kind of reddish roses. So do I have all the colors here? Oh, where's the yellow and green one? This one. Nope, that's yellow and purple. Here's the yellow and green one. Okay. Oh, I've got two of those now. I've got plenty out here. Put that drawer behind me. All right, let's get this show on the road here. So we're working on this one. And let's see, maybe I'll do this one because it has both the colors, peachy kind of little flowers in it, and it has some green in it, and the actual background of this, base of this sheet was kind of, it almost looks yellow, but it's actually kind of beige. It's beige. So I want to put that right in the front signature, so you see it with the cover really good. So let's see what page we could put that in on. Let me see here. It would go well on this cardstock coffee dyed paper. Let me see how it looks on this orangey. Oh, it looks really pretty on that because the flowers coordinate. Oh, I like it there. Okay, let's cut a piece. So when I do these ruffles, if you've never done ruffles before, I think I made these with my ruffler, yeah. And I just see how long it is. You can see how long it is. It's a pretty long piece, but then I can just take it and cut off what I need. So I would just cut it off about right here, under that pleat right there. So let me get my sharp scissors and cut that. So that's still together at the moment. It's a little worrisome that they'll come up, that, you know, maybe the next one will start loosening or something, but okay, so this is upright. So we're going to put a little bit of fabric tack on here. Get this opened up. It's a little gooky. I need to clean that off. Alright, so let's put a little, and we'll put one ruffle in each one. So I want to put like a ruffle and some, I'll show you all the trims I have out here. I don't know how many we'll get to on video today, but so, alright, I'm going to trim that off, I think. Alright, so there's the ruffle, glued on with just a little strip of fabric tack there. Let's see how much it shows now. I left part of, so you can see it from the back too. Let's see, let me make sure it's straight. So it looks like that. Cute. See that? Just peeks out a little bit. Let me pull it out a little bit here. There. That looks good there. Let's see how it looks on the page. Oh yeah, that looks fine. Okay. And I still have my pinking shears here. I can just cut that little extra piece off with my pinking shears, and we'll be good to go. Let's see, let me cut it this way and I can see the page here. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So maybe we'll just do this one instead of trying to do all four. And you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll do the other four off video because I don't usually do this many, but it was a little daunting to, you know, for me to do this many at one time. I don't usually do more than one at a time. So sewing in all these signatures, even though they're little journals, believe me, wasn't fun. That's the hardest part of the whole journal, sewing in the signatures. So I had 8 signatures to sew in. That wasn't fun. Let me tell you, it took me forever. It seemed like, I'm like, how are you taking so long? It took me hours. It seemed like, and seemed like it took hours. I think it actually did. And I was like, how is this taking so long? These are just little journals. But I did a 3 signature stitch in each one, so, you know, whether it's a big journal or a little journal, that you're still doing a 3 signature stitch, so it takes time. But anyway, okay, so what else? Let me show you my other trim. So, like I said, I'm going to put a ruffle in each one like that. And then I have, for this journal, I have yellow rickrack. I have this blue rickrack. And I have this orange rickrack. So, of course, I'm going to use orange. And, I mean, I could use all these colors in here if I want to. But, oh, I have pink out here, too. A little pink piece. Little pink piece. And then I don't think I have any orange pom-pom. I don't have a whole lot of pom-pom, but I have this little like baby pom-pom here, pink and blue. And I have this. I thought this would be pretty interesting to put on a page. I mean, it's not like I'm going to use all of these, but I pulled it out because I thought it would be pretty interesting. It's a little like ruffled laced. Let me see if I can get the end out here to show you. It's a little ruffled lace. It's actually lace here on either side, that white, and then it has this like ribbon down the middle, which I think is black. I don't think that's navy blue. I think it's black. But I just thought that would be really pretty on a page, so I might do that. Choices. And then I saw this. I thought this one might be pretty on a page. This is blue, light blue eyelet, like eyelet trim, ruffle. That would be pretty. And I have this, which is cut off of a napkin, cloth napkin. So it is just the fringe. It was the fringe. I used the cloth napkins up a long time ago, and I've used some of this little fringe, but that would be pretty too. I thought some little fringe sticking out. Maybe. We'll see. So like I said, I'm not going to use all of these, but okay, we got our ruffle in this one. Let's put these ruffles over here. And let's do, you know what I really want to do? I really do want to do some of this. Let's go ahead and put a piece of this in the back here, in the back signature, or the second signature. Oh. Let's see where we want to put this. Oh, this could be, I mean, it could go on the very first page there. That looks nice. I like that. Or I was also looking at this page because it's black and white. It's music, but it could go there too. So either or, it'll look nice either place, I think. Yeah, I just thought some different trims would be a few different, a couple different trims like this, and then some trims on the page like this is, I'm going to say, a couple different ruffles, and then a couple of trims like the rickrack or whatever. So yeah, let's cut a piece of this. I don't think I've ever used this, and I just saw it found it in my little drawers where I keep all this kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Let's see if we can use some of that. So that's what I'm doing. And these, I just want these to be like really packed full of fun stuff. So I'm gonna get some of this cook up there. It's kind of dried, but it's in the way of putting the lid on and stuff. Okay, let's do this piece. The second little ruffle piece. Ruffled lace. But it's almost doesn't look like lace. Like when you first look at it, you don't say, oh, that's lace. You see the white, but then when you look at it close, you're like, oh, that's lace. You know what I mean? So, put that there. I'm gluing down the ribbon part so it has the blue underneath, and then letting that lace stick out over the page. And then you have a piece of lace on the other side, so that'll be cute. And there's a little thread right there. Alrighty. Okay, trying to make sure it's straight as possible. Alright, and that's what that looks like. See how cute with all the little things sticking out like that? And our tab is up in here. Somewhere. I don't see it. It's somewhere. We put it, oh, there's our tab right there. First signature. So super cute. Okay, and now some rickrack. So this is the peachy one. So let's definitely do with the orangey. So we have to do some orange in here. Maybe some yellow. We'll see. And maybe even some blue. Like, look at this page right here. If I wanted to put some rickrack right here, that would be beautiful because there's some light blue in there. And this page, this side doesn't have a fold over, but I could even put some blue right on there, and that would be beautiful. Let's try it. Well, when we have this blue ruffle too. Oh, I kind of want to put it on this side. I don't know what, it's hard not to, let's see. I don't know why, I tend to want to, is it because I'm right-handed? Is that why we do that? We're trying to decorate the right side all the time? Or that also when you do the right side, whatever you put over here is like front ways, you know what I mean? So if I put it over here, it's like it'll be backwards. But you still, it's like the same, pretty much the same on both sides, so it wouldn't matter. But I tend to decorate the right side, and I'm like, why do I do that? Because I guess it's because I'm right-handed. I don't know. Let me see how I like that. That would actually be really pretty. Like I said, I want a lot. I want a lot of things sticking out. So let's do it. I don't want to. Like I don't want to hold back. I just want to put everything in here, even though it's a small journal. Just want to get it all in here. Okay. Let me see where I'm going to cut this. Put it right in the middle here of that rough. And I'm going to even this up right here too. It's kind of not straight. Okay. All right, we're doing another ruffle. I didn't realize I was going to do another ruffle. Just kind of decorating on a whim here. Going with our gut. Ooh, too much glue, Sheree. Too much down there and not enough up here. All right, there we go. But this will cover it up. All right, let's get the edge down. And it sticks pretty far out, but I want it to show, but I don't want it to stick out too much. Yeah, that's cute. It's like layers. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Conquer my, it's not a fear of decorating the left side, it's just my tendency to decorate the right side. Conquer my tendency. All right, that's cute. All right, now we're going to do some rickrack. We have kind of like 3 ruffles in here now. Not that that's enough, but all right, let's start from the beginning, and let's see. Like here's a blank page. So let's go ahead. I mean, doesn't have to go onto a blank page. That would be cute too. See? Because you open up and you've got the orange here, and you can bring it over here, and that actually looks really pretty, don't you think? I do. I hope you do too. Hope it looks pretty in the camera. I'm doing it, like I said. We're decorating on a whim here. It's more fun, right? Go with your gut. Don't hesitate. Just do it. You don't have to have a plan. It's more fun to decorate on a whim, I think. I'll try to plan it out. And it all comes together. That's why I always say I can't wait. I mean, we all say it. I can't wait to see how it turns out, because we really don't have a plan. We're just going with it. Going with whatever happens, right? Oh, that is cute. That is cute. That is adorable. I love it. Okay, next one. Okay, let's do a yellow one next. I don't want to put one, like I want to put something here, but I don't want to put something here because I just put something right there, and so I'm not going to like put something right on the other side of that page. Let's go to the second half. Let's put something here. Now, go with what I would like to do is put a colored trim here. So let's put a yellow in here. Yellow rickrack. And since it's a white page, it'll have a little color. So that's nice. And since this is eclectic, I don't think I'm confined to any certain color, which is also nice. All right. There we go. Oh, it's just so simple, but so cute. All right, let's go to the second signature and add a couple pieces there. So we'll add one in the first half and one in the second half. There's that ruffle. And a little bit of glue right there. Oh, let's see. Oh, I used, there were some scraps of my Easter paper, and I used it in these journals. I mean, they are all about bunnies and Beatrix Potter, so I figured good, perfect place to use up any Easter scraps that I had, so that's what I did. Okay, so we haven't used, oh, I think, did we use, no, we haven't used this blue one. Let's use this right here. I don't know if you've ever used blue and brown together, but blue and brown, blue looks really beautiful as an accent on brown. And I know this because I did one of my son's rooms. My youngest son, like both of my kids, it seemed like, especially my younger son, I wanted to do the conservative, traditional boys' room decoration with like red and blue plaid, you know, type comforters and all that kind of stuff. They weren't having it. They were like, no. And my youngest son was especially, no. No plaid. I was like, what? It's so perfect in a boys' room. And he's like, no. So he had me get, I think that's what he had me, I think it was, I'm trying to think, it was a brown or a blue comforter. But anyway, the room was blue and brown, so he let me go. He wanted blue and brown. His favorite color is blue. So, yep, no plaid in my boys' rooms. Much to my dismay. I really would have liked to do the traditional boys' room with the plaid. Okay, that is pretty, I'll have to say. All right, second signature. Let's see, what else do we have? We used the yellow in here, the orange. Oh, we haven't used any pom-pom yet, or pink. Not that I don't want pink in here, but, so I only have I have blue and pink pom-pom. So let's use, this is blue on the other side here, on the background, or the base. So let's put some blue pom-pom right here, this baby pom-pom. I haven't used this. I have used both of these before, I believe, but, and I have some white pom-pom too, like this, but I dyed it. I coffee dyed it. Let's see, let's get this going the other way. Yeah, coffee dyed it. So that one's saved for vintage journal, vintagey journals, so I can use that in. All right, so this is nice. It just fits right on the edge and has this little kind of piece that you can glue down easily on this little baby pom-pom if you never used it. It's really pretty and cute and small, but it is pom-pom trim, baby pom-pom. Uh-oh, where'd my page go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? See, there's the, I lost my page. Let's see, it was that scrapbook paper page right here. Oh, this is not going to stick out. You know what? This is not going to stick out because it's a shorter page this way. Let me see if I have one that sticks out a little bit more, because oh, this will be pretty on this brown page. Look at that. Yeah, let's put it here. I think it's probably the same, pretty much the same size, and it will look really pretty on this brown page. Another blue and brown together, but it's not the rickrack, it's the pom-pom. A little strip here, a little stream of glue, and this. All right, I'm going to trim the edges here, I think. This one's got a little fuzz on it. I might not trim this one, though. It has a pom-pom, and if I trim it, I'll be going through a pom-pom. So let me make sure this is at the bottom, and then I'll leave that the way it is. Let me just pull this over. Let me pull this over a little bit. Is it straight? Let me see if I can pull it over a little bit. It doesn't look straight. Okay. I'm going to kind of rip it off here in just a second if I'm not careful. I need to leave it alone. Okay, there we go. Now a little bit of fuzz here. Let me see. I need to be able to see the back so I don't cut the page. A bit of fuzz right there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you get the idea. I wanted to show you the progress, you know, with the cover and the pages. And, you know, the fun little belly bands and all that. And the pockets made out of the envelopes. So plenty of places, and we can always make more pockets, but This is cute with the 4. Can you see the side view at the moment with the ruffle, 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 pom-pom. Really cute. So, and this is what it looks like tied. So I'm going to do that to the others. And I have a little idea I want to do for, I don't know, it's such a simple thing, but I'll probably do a video, but a little idea for some, because I'm going to put lots of little ephemera in here. So I think some of the ephemera might be pockets, and then some of the ephemera will be going into the pockets. And then there's one piece of ephemera I want to use, but I want to make it into more of a journaling spot right now. It's not. It would be just something that I usually sometimes stick into pockets or make into something. So I want to make it into something before I stick it in here. So I might, my next video, let's see, I'm trying to think what day that's going to be. Anyway, before these are finished, I'm probably going to have that ephemera video and then use some of that ephemera in these journals. But look how cute. Little chunksters. Oh, cute chunksters. So anyway, stay tuned for the next process, for the next ephemera. Also, I have upcoming this week on Thursday, Thrifty Thursday. And beyond that will be, these should be finished after, I don't know if I'll do any more on video on these. I'll probably do that ephemera video and then finish these up, and I'll do the flip through. So stay tuned. These will be in my shop when they're done, my eBay shop, which is always linked below. If you haven't looked at my eBay shop before, check it out. There are some journals in there and other goodies. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.